Hello, and I guess welcome to another game. I guess. Welcome to another game. Looks like we're playing Skaven. Sorry, I was doing silly things, trying to rearrange cameras and stuff in ways that didn't really work out. Let's have a quick look at what we're facing. I'm assuming that's Al the Almighty, not AI the Almighty. So what have we got here? Oh, got a Rat Ogre. Nice. Missing one Gut Runner, so that's nice. Oh, we got Movement Busted. That's not really worth keeping necessarily. Solid record, but you kind of expect that with Skaven, honestly. Oh, 5-0 there. And then a concede, so... And then a draw. Okay. So who knows what we can take from this. How many players? That's... I think he might be running one down. So, any star players... I'd love to take Zug. We could technically afford him. Can we afford Zara? She's kind of... Griff's way out of our price range. Griff's a legend. Could go Zug. Zug would really, like, beat him. But then Zara's got Stab. She's only 10k more. And she's got Blodge. No tackle. Sure, let's take her. We'll save Zug for when we play an actual bash team. He's really good though. But she already has strength 4 blocks, so you're really getting the mighty blow from him, which, I mean, arguably is pretty good. But I kind of like the stab for the alternative method of hitting gut runners, because obviously gut runners are hard to knock down, but if we can get her near them, then, you know, that's pretty solid. I'm too far away now. Okay, there we go. We are situated. So this is nice to play something other than Chaos. Wonder if they'll maybe go on defense. Depends what kind of play they are. Hey, Cargo. Yes. So I finally just felt like a little break at the end of the season from the Dark Elves. I still love Dark Elves, but that team just seemed to not be working for me, so we're playing some humans because I don't necessarily want to play a whole season with humans, but I do enjoy playing them. So we're just going to play a few games with them. And we're playing them pretty bare bones. We just got... Okay, he's going on defense. We just got blitzes. Oh, we do have a mighty blow guy, actually. So, okay, that's solid. They do have 3 mighty blows, so they kind of outbash us, but that's quite common with Skaven. But we sort of slightly tip that the other way by having a higher armor value. I guess the nice thing with Zug is I could have been beating up this Rat Ogre. Which, I guess we could still try and do, honestly. Could pop the mighty blow in here. Get guard. See if we can knock over enough guys to have a hit on the Rat Ogre. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. We can't commit too heavily to the front lines, necessarily, because there are gutter runners. Maybe we leave Zara back as a sweeper for the first turn. Or, I kind of want her to stab one of these guys. We'll leave her on the front line for a stab. I think. Alright, we will try and carry on a just a... No, we should probably try and carry on a blitzer. Just so it's slightly less likely that they'll get knocked down. Right, let's just make sure our guy off the field is not important. He's not. We will put our guard on the front line. He hasn't really given us anything fun to hit on the back line, so... I didn't really have a finish to the sow there. Okay, and then everything else is going into trying to stop these gutter runners getting round. Or have one guy that's just like, oh, yeah, okay. I was like, hang on. I don't like the weak. There is an easy way through if we set up that way. So we'll set up this way so it's not quite so easy to come through on us. If there were a blitz or a bad pickup or something. Alright. Okay, he gets a reroll, but no blitz, so I'll take that. That puts him up to 4. Okay, so the order of doing this is stab. That is such a long build-up for that. What did we roll? 8, so that wouldn't have affected him, so I'm overall pretty happy about that. Nice, nice. So we can now move forwards with that and get another person in the back here. I guess we'll get this guy. Blitz is on this side, so I'm just gonna do a quick blitz. That works. Sort of. We knocked him over, that's excellent. I will keep him to... Oh, I've tied him to our guard, that's not so good. Never mind, we stun, so don't have to worry about that. Alright, so I think I'm gonna screen this somewhat. Which is our best screen side? I guess arguably that side. No. Maybe this side actually. So we'll come here. And here. Excellent. Alright. Solid first turn, couple of stuns and a KO. How are you doing, Cargo? Decent rest of the weekend? Okay, revenge is taken. It is going to be a mighty blow fest here, as we're both fairly low, you know, armor teams and just smashing each other. How much is he gonna push around the side here? Is the question. Weekend was nice. Yeah, likewise, nice and quiet. I was ready for a quiet weekend. Okay, he's pushing hard. Don't think he's going to get any on the ball there. I'm somebody that likes to do like a lot of sort of, I guess you could say, personal projects. So I get that does kind of mean that I quite often am doing a lot of stuff in my non-work time. So sometimes it is nice to have weekends where you don't have to do anything. to kind of counteract that. But then you have those weekends and you feel bad for not doing anything. You sort of half can't win, really. I kind of want to do a stab with Zara, but I feel like it's probably better just to go hit somebody with Mighty Blow. I guess we're going to go up this direction. To here. If I can get there. Should be able to. We're very fast. This does mean potentially taking a... Maybe we do blitz with Zara. Although I think if we do, that could be a problem. Because we might get stuck up. I guess if we bring this guy here, if this guy fails, it's not quite as bad. Trying to decide whether to go for the gutter runner. No, I don't think we do. I guess really I could also go for the Storm Vermin, but I'm trying to get the easier kills. So you retire, you'll be searching for things to do. Yeah, that's true. And I think, I mean, I prefer it that way, in fairness. I'm gonna tag the Rat Ogre here, just so he can't go the direction he wants. And I think we're gonna actually even slot Zara in to our cage temporarily. Just in case any gutters are thinking of diving. They're all quite far away, so... hopefully they won't. We'll just stay. Alright, solid. Yeah, I think it's kind of nice to have things to do. Outside of just... I don't know, like, I like consuming in the sense that, you know, I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube stuff and whatnot, and play video games and that kind of thing, but I also like to kind of I like in theory putting stuff out there as well, if that makes sense. I like to do creative whatnots. If I ever do sort of technically retire, then I think I would just go even harder in the paint with projects, I imagine. Alright, gets the knockdown. Is he going to come all the way in? We just got another KO, right? That's ominous. I mean, it's good, but it's slightly ominous. Because you can end up sort of feeling like you've got a big numbers advantage against rats, and all of a sudden they all come back. Oh, that's not... well, he'll reroll that. He's got 4 rerolls. Our guard is not in position now, which I dislike. Although I guess if I stand him up, he could get back into position. In his own way. KO there is nice. Do we go stabbing? Could come back through this way, eh? I think we're gonna do that. I actually don't necessarily mind getting on one of these gutters. Maybe we give this one a stab. It could work. The extremely dramatic wind-up. Just a stun, but it means that's one less guy we've got to worry about this turn. Let's see. I guess we want you kind of over in this direction. necessarily mind standing a couple of these guys up. Get some more combat-like stuff going. Do we have a secure cage? We have a secure-ish cage. I feel like he's probably going to do like a blitz here, which kind of lets him in. We'll see what happens. Well, I called that. Okay, the guard's out, but it's sort of temporary. At least the rat ogre's stuck here. But he can now put some other guys in here with some, if he does some blocking or some dodging. Is he willing to put blocks into these guys? I wonder. Oh. Getting bashed around by the Skaven. So we're 2 down, he's 3 down, so that's not so bad. In a way. Oh, nearly made him fail that. And he's just going to 1-die that. Probably into the rat ogre. Oh, not into the rat ogre. Oh, the armor breaks. Ooh, okay. Well, that's a bit of a problem. We are leaking people pretty badly now. Let's see. Let's go here. Excellent. A lot of armor breaks in this game, but none of them permanent. Alright, so where can you get to? You could get to there. Problem is these guys. So we are kind of going to leave ourselves a bit open this time, which I'm honestly not super fond of. This doesn't really achieve a whole lot, to be honest. Yeah, this is definitely not safe. Maybe would be better putting this guy on the top, but it does make it easier to get the 2 dice against, so... This way, this way he has to commit more guys. Or this way he commits more guys. For 1 dice. GFI. Oh, used up his 1 there. That's unfortunate. Alright, and the reroll. Nice. There's only so long you can really avoid that. Alright, so things are going to get tight now. We kind of want him to block with the rat ogre and not knock us over the first time. Although he can stay on the guard even if he does that, actually. Alright, so the plan here is stand this guy up, and if we have turn left, dodge out the guard. Because we're missing him pretty sorely right now. Let's first stand you up. She's been very successful with these. mean, in a way. Alright, so let's see. If I bring this guy here... I haven't entirely worked out how we make this safe, but... Okay, getting some stuns is one good way to really help out. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna fully make this safe. So do that. I think the best we can do is just kind of have ourselves as surrounded as possible. Oh, sweet. Okay, so yeah, he can get a 2 dice against or a 1 dice with this guy. I mean, technically the Rat Ogre can dodge, but the Rat Ogre doesn't have a clear path through anyway, so I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. We're just really hoping he doesn't get a red dice knocked down. A couple of stuns on that turn was really helpful. Oh, he's going to chain this. Is he going to chain it? He could 1 dice chain it to push this guy here, and then he could have put this guy here and... it wouldn't be... I don't think that's necessarily worth it. So I'm not sure what the plan is now. He's moved this guy, so he's not blitzing with him. I thought maybe he was going to blitz with the Rat Ogre to get him back over here. Ooh. Does he loner it? Nope. That's very conservative. Which I can always appreciate on some level. Well, we're getting wrestled. That's unfortunate. Let's see. I could almost surf this guy. The ball is actually not in contact with anybody, so... I think what we're doing is a run through. I think I might have to go here actually, be on the slightly safer side. That's good. And then we just attempt to stab this guy. No dice this time. So we're not totally safe, but I kind of like the inverse thing we have going here. Oh, his rat got it, that's... At least he's far away. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If he doesn't bring anybody over, we can just tag him again next turn as well. Does Zara actually have her stake on her? You don't often play against her, so... Oh, yeah, it looks like it's on the side there. Does it do extra? Oh, that's interesting. Ah, I did not. I think I've probably seen that before, but that's very cool. That it. I mean, it's like a kind of unique rule that is a bit weird in the sense that I don't think anybody else that I can think of in the game has a racer specific rule, but it's still pretty cool. Okay, what's happening here? Okay, it's getting a 2 dice there. And then I'm guessing a blitz here. So we get another stab attempt, which is nice. Oh, and we can bring the guard in here, which is also nice. Oh, that's disappointing. That's less disappointing. Three. All right. One, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't quite have enough people to make this safe and hit this guy. Okay, I'm really not sure about this. Oh, that doesn't actually work. Oh, that doesn't work either. Okay. Power here would be pretty sweet. 2 powers even better. Okay, just a stun. So it's not as safe as I would like it to be. Oh well. Hey Victor, how's it going? And hey Rick. You're up late for, are you up late for... I think you're up late for UK time, right? Yeah, we're back on the humans, and we're playing it a bit dangerous against Skaven. I do love rat ogres. Alright, so he's coming in for the 50-50 dodge, and then the wrestle 2 dice against. I will take that push. Oh, he can contact us now. We should have gone here. Or, no, here. He can now bring somebody on... Well, not... Well, yeah. That's not super easy. Ooh, kept going. Okay, so... How does he... I guess we'll see. No dodge away there, so... we just take the opportunity to stab. We take the very slow opportunity to stab. And then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we can make this. Okay, so we need a push here. I'm trying to see if I can make this a 3 dice. I don't believe I can. Coming from this direction so that I don't get in my own way if it's a double both down. Excellent. Ooh, that's nice. I was going to ask how your stream finished up, Rick, but oh, and he's out for the rest of the game. But then I remembered that I was actually there. I would love to be... I could technically get 3 dice on this guy. You know what? 3 dice isn't bad. 3 dice with a reroll. This is certainly greedy. Okay. We're not re-rolling it. We're just we're not gonna push it. The re-roll's there just in case it goes badly wrong. Yeah, that was very nice. Now, a huge part is going to be the KOs, because we've got 3 or 4 out, and he's got 4 or 5 out as well, I think. So, like, the luck of the KO rolls is going to be a big deal here. That's actually pretty cool pom-poms there. Okay, we got 2 back, so I think we are maybe back up to full. How many does he get back? Okay, he gets most of his back as well. He does, of course, have a 1-turner attempt. I think we're just going to do the... Oh boy, do we set up at the back? It's so easy for Skaven to do it. I think we're gonna attempt the 1-turn defense. Because I don't want to set up at the back and then be really disappointed at myself for not defending it properly. Let's see, I guess you go on the front. So I believe this is pretty much the defense, because that's very hard to get through. Do we level somebody up? Okay, we have technically. So we'll try this. I would rather give a proper defense than yeah, let's see how this goes. Did you pick up a copy of the 2020 rulebook? Yeah, I remember you saying you were thinking of it. I haven't. It would make sense, wouldn't it? So I kind of know what's coming. But no. I think the thing is, part of it is, although I play it online, I've got probably 1 or 2 people that I could play around here, but there's not really a league or anything. I would have to try and generate the interest at the local game store for a league. The guy's talked about doing it a few times, but hasn't got around to it. And it's one thing to organize too many for me. So, you know. Okay, he's going for it. I dig this. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He seems like he's a solid player. He hasn't been doing bad things, I think. Is there anything I'd question? Maybe there's things I'd question, but there's honestly things I'd question that I've done, so. And in fairness, I would also be trying the 1-turner here. I just wouldn't be doing a good job of it, so that may be what he's doing as well, I don't know. But yeah, I've certainly would be good to learn the rules before it happens, but I have a feeling that that's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to learn it on the fly. Unless, you know, unless there is some interest. Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, I've watched what are considered the best players play a reasonable amount, and they make mistakes every game as well. You see them not picking up people before, you know, people that you know they're just going to stand up. You see them doing other things first and not thinking about it, stuff like that. you know, making that agonizing decision of like, do I push this turn or next turn? Do I do the GFI? You know, all that kind of stuff. So you got to try not to beat yourself up about it. Oh boy, this might go at the front at this rate. Oh wow, fell in there. That's actually a really bad place for the ball to do a one-turner. That's kind of the most unfortunate, or maybe not the most unfortunate place, because it's still possible from there. Looks like he's given up on it, maybe? I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? If he pushes us onto the ball, is he going to do the arrow? No, okay, he's given up on it. I was going to say, he could have pushed us onto the ball, which would bobble it back. And thereby free it. But yeah, I expect I'll be working it out as it comes. I really hope they... It's tricky because there's so many teams I still want to keep playing in Blood Bowl 2 that part of me is like, you know what, it's not so bad that it hasn't come out yet. Oh boy, the rats are out for blood. But then there's another part of me that's like, I'm ready to be done with all of this, you know, all of the rules that we're a little fed up with in Blood Bowl 2 that have had their changes in Blood Bowl 3. Yeah, it looks like it's probably going to be like little things. And some big things. I guess skills have changed quite a lot, so getting used to the newer skills or the slight tweaks on some of the skills, it'll take a while of making horrible mistakes. Alright, so he's 2 down for the second half, and we are not. That's good. I wonder if he's going to just try and score quick. Let's spread our front line so that he has to spread his resources to knock us over. And we can't, like, you can only defend against gutters so much, so I'm not going to try too hard, but I'm also at the same time not going to go super shallow. When I say shallow, I mean... I'm not going to squeeze, I'm not going to do the 5-man hiding defense is what I'm saying. I think we're going to do this. And Zara can look after herself. Or, I mean, she can't, but she's strength 4 and she's got blodge, so in that sense she can. Yeah, I think I don't know that I should have my guard up here. I think we should switch that out with this guy. I'll be annoyed if he gets punched out first thing of the half. Yeah, I think even a lot of bash coaches, I'm assuming, are pretty happy about piling on being changed. Because, you know, if you play orcs, dwarfs, undead, anybody that doesn't have claw, I mean, piling on is good for those teams as well, but I think the combination of the piling on with the claw and the mighty blow, like that whole combination is just too horrendous. So anything that helps kind of mitigate that a little bit is just such a big deal. I'm really looking forward to see how it shakes out. I know there's a lot of tabletop experience people have had now to kind of get an idea of how the teams are, but I also think that to some degree, oh nice, to some degree, so many games get played on this than they do in real life, that this probably gives you, to some degree, more of a, like, this is where stuff gets worked out, I think, a lot for the game, because you can play so many games. I mean, there's no way I'd have played as many games of Blood Bowl in real, like, there's just absolutely no way. Break tackle is worse? Okay. That is a bit of a pity, because that is... it's a cool skill, but obviously you're kind of sacrificing something else to take it anyway, so I don't think it's that... I don't feel like that's one that necessarily needs to get nerfed. But, You know, big guy, I'm sure big guys still, especially on big guy teams, where you're more likely to have break tackle, you're not as likely to take break tackle on like an ogre or something, because you have other team members that can actually do things, but they're kind of handy on like stuff like Camry and whatnot, where half your team is big guys, or lizardmen. Getting a Saurus break tackle is pretty sweet. I do like a rat ogre break tackle, just for the constant threat of being frenzied off the side. I think we can all rejoice about I think I'm just gonna stand up here. We can all rejoice about piling up. Let's see. I'll pop her on this guy. I think I am going to try and hit here, because he has been clunking out our players, to use the technical term. I'm not going to follow, because I don't want to take the retribution. Let's tag a bunch of his players. And I'm just going to send a regular lineman round. I want to keep somebody slightly back. I'd have this guy as well. Where should we pop you? Here, I think. Yeah. Because he can just, you know, obviously he can just advance up with his gutter runners and just be very hard to take out. Which may be what happens anyway. Cyanide have said Blood Bowl 3 will have more ways of qualifying for Chalice that won't take 50 games a season. Nice. Yeah, back when I was doing alright in it, you could get away with playing like 20 games if you had a really impeccable... I don't know if that's the case anymore, maybe it is still. But like, I know I would play like 20 games and be in the, you know, like right towards the top of the table. I don't know if that's still the same anymore. I mean, you'd have to only lose 1 or 2 games, but still. Oh, he might have to learn of that. Oh, it failed. Oh, that's bad. That is really, really bad. I don't know that we're actually going to get the ball free, but just like his team is going to... We're going to get so many hits here. Potentially. First things first, we should stab, because that's a free action. She's kind of... If we're being honest, she's kind of fallen off the radar a bit with that. Yeah, we'll go this way. And... gonna go this way, because then we can theoretically get another hit in. Oh, I pulled away from that guy. That's okay, I think, though, because we can up this guy here. So we're going to try a blitz on this, and I don't think I'm going to re-roll this unless we hurt ourselves. Yeah, I'm going to take the slightly risky decision just to force him back. Because there's no guarantee what that reroll is, and there's no guarantee what happens either if we take that both down. Like, sure, we could knock him out, or we hurt, you know, we hurt ourselves and he just grabs the ball and carries on and we're one guy down. And we're in a slightly worse position, so... Sweet. We have a guy free over here. I feel like this gutter runner needs tagging. And then we've got 3 blitzers on the back line who can respond if this guy just tries to pull away and go somewhere. But now I'm playing cautious. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Stab is useless. Good thought to get a stab, but she really hasn't done much, has she? I can't remember when you got here. She did do a KO on the first turn, I think. After that, no. Okay, looks like... I wonder if he's going to try and escape down this right-hand side here. After that, I think she's got a couple of stuns, but that's about it. We got her because... Yeah, I mean, we got her for the potential of stab, but also the blood strength 4 just seemed very... very tasty. Okay. I think we're going to see him go here. I mean, he can't... Unless he's going to do some serious tackle zones, he's going to have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... He can only get to here. And I don't think he's got enough guys to tie up both of these guys. Could be proved wrong. Oh, we're going to see a... Maybe we're going to see it. Was that a pass or a handoff? If it was a handoff, I guess it's going to this guy, although I don't think you want to give it to this guy because he's got Russell. So maybe we'll just see him leave it here next to the Rat Ogre for this turn. There's only so much we can do about gutters. Yeah, for sure. That's not a bad position to do it. Could dodge out some more guys for protection as well. Yeah, in fairness, that kind of works. Alright. So we've got a GFI hit here. I guess we're going to have to drop this guy back to markup. I guess we could do a double markup, right? Do we have somebody else that could go the other side? I don't really think so, but... Maybe. Maybe after the fact. Let's just make sure we've got all our chickens in a row or some such. Mark him up hard so that anything else he does is not going to be easy. He really doesn't have that many players, so that is a thing. Could try and knock down this guy, but I don't... I think unless I got this guy here... Oh, that's only one GFI. Okay, I think we're going to try this. Should have moved Zara first. Okay, that's good. Zara, you can come... here. So you would have to come here. Maybe I should have... Okay, that's good. Not sure about that. I think I could have used this guy here and then this guy around here, but... I think we throw the reroll down on this one. Okay, that's not a surprising result. We will just leave him where he's at. And because he's probably going to attempt to work the ball down here, we're just going to try this at least. Make it awkward. Yeah, I'm overall happy with that. Obviously, there was a fair chance we didn't knock him over, but we kind of did everything we could to do so. Oh, is he going to back off here? What's the plan? Oh, he's just clearing this guy to come back around the top, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's not easy to make it through here, so I'm kind of curious to see how he does it. Okay, the retreat is good. Could we technically reach with her? We'd have to GFI, which I don't like. Oh, okay, he's just getting out of range again. I assume this guy's gonna blitz somewhere? Yeah. Oh, good night, Rick. Have a good evening. Thanks for dropping back in. Oh, okay, the full retreat. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, that's real good. I think we're going to attempt the old stab here. I know that it hasn't necessarily worked for us that well, but... Oh, hello. She's back. Oh, the KO as well. That is huge. Okay, I think it's fair to say that she's redeemed herself. Just gonna bring this guy up to be on the safe side. I mean, the funny thing about this whole situation is this is still not a guaranteed win. Like, this guy could just bludge his way down the field here. Excellent. And then we'll bring you here. That means we can get our guard in here, which I like. I think we try and... Yeah, we'll do this. And that means that we can pop our guard over here to surround him. I assume we're going to see a retreat to this corner now. We pop this here so he doesn't have a good route out of here. We just move this guy up. Nice, nice. Oh, so many armor breaks. Sweet. Oh, sorry, I missed a bit of chat there. Let's see. Stab, shouting, foul parents are the worst skills in the game. Carla is a better star player. Who's Carla? But for some reason not... Okay, that explains why I don't know who Carla is. Well, he made it out. I presume we're gonna see a... Are we gonna see a throw? Otherwise he's just gonna get 3-diced. I mean, he's gonna get 3-diced anyway, so I don't know if we do see the throw. He might just come over here. This is tricky though, he's only got 2 players this turn. Oh wow, okay. Oh, he'd have to go another one to get out of his range. I mean, that doesn't really get out of his range either. Okay. So let's try and do this as sensibly as we can. Go for the full 3 dice. Unfortunately, I don't think we can reroll this if we fail it. Nice, we didn't fail it. Ooh, no armor break there. Could foul him. That's interesting. Then I think we surround these guys. I'm not going to go all the way to the corner. I'm going to come to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to here. I think we try and foul this. I forget that fouling is a thing, that's how... Okay, we got sent off, but we did stun him, so he doesn't have a scoring threat this turn. Boy, you'd think this would be a guaranteed win, but it's just not. It's just not. Oh, he's going for it. Is he gonna move the ball? Is this the turn that he throws it? Oh, it looks like it might be. Don't really have the right people in the vicinity, so we'll do this. And because it's effectively a free thing, we're just going to blitz stab him because he's very hard to actually knock down. Is it GFI to stab? I don't know the answer to that. And I can't remember, so we're going to take the slightly safer option of coming here. That's a pity. So I have to try and send somebody around in a moment. We should surround this guy. Can we knock this guy? I'm trying to do this in a sensible order here. That's excellent. We will follow that. I think you probably have to come over here. You might have to go midfield. Ball not as secure as I would like, and the gutter runner is up. I would have really liked her to have been here. Yeah. He could still score here. That's solid. So he could just dodge that guy out, grab it with the gutter runner, and he goes. He doesn't have any rerolls there. And it's his last turn, so that's what he's trying, for sure. Does he do that before he does this? No. Sweet. Alright, we did it. There's no point in stabbing him. Just realized that. Because we don't get any SPP for that. He's a resilient little fella. Oh, go on then, I'll stab him. Just for the cool use of... Yeah, thank you, Cargo. We played it very conservatively, and overall it did kind of pay off. I don't really want to level up a lineman. I know this is controversial. But I want to keep this team value real low. So I think we just end turn there. He's probably wondering what we're doing, considering we've got a SPP-5 guy next to the ball, but our whole ethos is being able to keep our team value low, use the resources, like in this case Zara, to get us the game. His guy leveled up, which is good. I didn't even check any of his injuries to see how bad they were. Does it show you on the front page? No. Okay, it's just a miss neck. So, I mean, he at least got a good level up out of that. We broke his armor 23 times out of 35 blocks. Okay, it was as ridiculous as I thought it was. That's a pretty high rate of injury. I mean, you know, obviously, only 9 of those resulted in... We only injured him 3 times, so you'd think... Well, I say only 9 of them, 23 armor breaks, so actually that's a decent proportion that got more, but it didn't totally break his team, which is something at least. But certainly the armor breaks went for us. You know, it was always going to be a question of which mighty blow kicks in hard. Our guy did some serious work there. So let's have a quick look at the old level ups. And I think this is another guard. Oh, we did roll a 10. Do we want him to have movement? I don't think so. Like, if I was playing normally, I'd go for movement, but that costs us 40. And will sometimes come into play, whereas guard is just, oh, it's so useful all the time. That'll really help our bashing. So, call me crazy, but I'm going guard. And that leaves our team looking like this, which is very bare bones, but it's working. And so far we've induced whatever the little halfling guy was last game and Zara this game, so hopefully we'll keep inducing people. Or just have close matchups. That works as well. I think our first game was close. Don't think we... Oh, we were playing, was it orcs, I guess, maybe? Oh, it was lizards. Oh, we induced helmets, so we've induced 3 different star players in 3 games. Okay, that's quite fun. Alrighty. Thanks for hanging out, Cargo. It was good to chat again. And, yeah, now is the time. Oh, I did see Victoire there. Is he still hanging out? No, he just came in to say hello. But yeah, have a good evening, and I'll catch you next time, hopefully, and yeah, we'll have fun. This is much more relaxing than the elves, so... or it was much more relaxing than the elves ended up. Catch you soon. Bye for now.